Hey guys, Geoff Fienberg here, and it's time for my prop picks for the Shriners Open this week on the PGA Tour. For Odds Checker, if you missed my outright video earlier this week, I personally felt I recorded a banger. Check the feed. It is right in there. And obviously a little bit of news to start off the top. A sort of fun selection. Nothing fun about it. A painful selection in our Tony Finau one that only brings pain. We wish him nothing but the best, as he will be recovering from COVID for a few weeks now, and hope him a safe and I don't know, good recovery. He'll have to quarantine for a couple weeks, and hopefully he'll be able to get a run in before the Masters, which is going to be here sooner than you know it. But anyone who played that Tony Finau wager, you should get a full refund from your books. If it hasn't happened yet, just be patient. That certainly will be or should be the case. I can't speak for any book, but the normal rules would suggest you would get that. And don't worry, I am still fully going to be donating to Shriners Hospital for Children this week. As I stressed at the end of my outright video, it is a great cause, beautiful organization, institution, all about the kids. Prop picks, and we're going to add an outright because we lost a body and we might have added one anyway, but we're just going to add one as is. We should probably start right there. Das Wonder Kid, as I like to call him, Joachim Niemann. We can get in on Niemann at 66 to 1 over at DraftKings, and let's avoid, because there are some 45s out there. Specifically, I see you, Bet365, hoisting a 45 on Niemann this week. So using that odds checker grid, we have that 66 over at DraftKings, and that's where we are going to attack Niemann. I almost bet Niemann on the outright card initially going into yesterday. In the end, I decided I was giving that spot to Abraham Answer. Tony Finau with the withdraw has left an open spot, and I really was tempted to go closer to the top, right around that part of the board where Finau's odds were planted, deciding Patrick Cantlay, Morikawa. I personally would have leaned more Cantlay if that's where I was going to go, but I'm going to go farther back down the board, quite a bit farther back. Niemann, 66 to 1, guys. He is a bent grass specialist. He is now a top 50 player in the world. He'll play from the fairway, and he will be attacking pins at TPC Summerlin in Vegas for 4 days, and I expect he should have a great week. I was going to come on here and give Niemann as a top 10 pick at plus 550. That seems to be the consensus number using the odds checker grid. There are a couple 450s out there, so let's avoid those. We always want to get the best number, and I'm going to stick with that. So we're going to keep the Niemann top 10 that I was going to bring to the show anyway, and we're adding the Niemann outright. As I mentioned, I was really close to betting him in the first place, and I lost a body, and a couple people who I talk about this with sort of off air really do like Niemann this week. So that was enough for me to be pushed in that direction. And this course really does suit what he will do exceptionally well. And he's in world-class form. As I mentioned, he is now a top 50 player in the world, playing in his first Tour Championship. He had a third place at Olympia Fields. He had a 23rd at the US Open. And he's getting ready to start the season in a big way, I believe. So Niemann makes the outright card at 66 to 1 over at DraftKings. We are also playing Niemann at plus 550 for the top 10 this week. Back to the start of the props. Doc Redman, top 10, plus 700. Using that odds checker grid, let's avoid the 600s out there. Again, we just always want the best number we can get. T28 last week for Redman. He's got a couple top 5s recently. We've been betting Redman quite a bit, and How do you put this? This could actually, I mean, I am on not even against the Redmond outright at 80 to 1, which I haven't bet, but using the odds checker grid, I noticed it was 80 to 1 versus the 66s that are out there. Redmond was 25 to 1 last week, and we bet him. And statistically, he did everything, continued to do things well that we would expect would lead to a good week here. Top 15 off the tee, and our strokes gain off the tee, and top 15 strokes gain tee to green will set Doc up for a good opportunity. And it's not, here's the thing. Bryson's here, and he could blow this sucker away. And there are a couple other really big names here that certainly can win. But I get excited sometimes from an outright opportunity for a situation like that. You know what? I've just talked myself into it. Doc Redmond, 80 to 1. We're going to make a small piece on that for the outright. Because I'm about to tell you how much I do enjoy when a player who in my opinion has done absolutely nothing wrong, continues to play well. The field has gotten a bit stronger, quite a bit stronger, and that 25 goes to 70. But if Doc Redmond finishes like 8th last week or something, and he had some really nice rounds that could have led to something like that, especially going into the weekend, he's probably sitting in that like high 30, 40 to 1 range. So this could be a great opportunity. We've more than doubled. Well, not doubled. We've gone from 25 to 80. A nice bump. So that's going to get me back on Doc. Wow. Okay. I was just expecting to say nice things about Doc, but for my own peace of mind, I guess we'll get it on that as well. So Doc Redmond, 80 to 1 for the outright for a very small piece. 7 to 1. Top 10 using the odds checker grid for both of those, because again, there's 66 to 1s out there on Doc. If we hit a bet like this, we want the best number. Doc outright, Doc top 10, Neiman outright, Neiman top 10, all the numbers listed below if you missed them, or rewind the video. Couple more props and we are going to get out of here, friends. Abraham Answer plus 260 for a top 20. Could be a soft bet, but looking at this is available at Bet365, and again, this is advantageous of maybe the answer lines that they were posting, which I believe were wrong in the first place. You could argue I should be bolder here. I've got them on the outright, so we're going to do a little sprinkle on answer for that top 20 at plus 260. If you really want my opinions on answer last week, he's in the outright video. You can find that below on the webpage or on the YouTube feed, all available in sub, so they can drop right in there. Last prop, head-to-head tournament wager, 72-hole matchup. Patrick Cantlay. I mentioned Cantlay would probably be the guy if you wanted to take that Pheno money and invest in the top. I'm going to take that Pheno money and invest in two bodies, it seems, at the back, in mid-back, Neiman and Redmond. Yeah, I like that. I wasn't expecting to do that, but I like it. Excited. Patrick Cantlay, plus 105 versus Webb Simpson here. Tournament matchup. Cantlay, he's like never finished worse than third. He's won. I think he's come in second. And he might have even come in second 2 times. You could fact check that if you want, but I'm pretty certain he's got like 3 straight top 5s here. Plus money versus Webb Simpson. I'm gonna take my shot here. I like this one a lot. This could be like a 2-unit head-to-head matchup prop for me. He shouldn't be plus money on this course. I know a lot of things that this course offers sets up for a player like Webb, but I think this is the perfect place for Cantlay to come out of his shell a bit. Yeah, that's what I think. I feel like we saw some early Cantlay signs at Olympia Fields, and it certainly didn't translate to the U.S. Open. But I think this is the get-right place for Patrick Cantlay. Big week for Cantlay. I might regret not making that Pheno pivot to him, because that's what I would advise if you like top of the board betters or bodies, I should say. I'm also like hyper paranoid. Bryson is gonna just run this place over, like run it over, because he hasn't stopped grinding since he won the U.S. Open. I don't think he took a day. I don't think he took a day. It's like if Bill Belichick was a elite golfer. Well, I guess that's Tiger Woods, right? In terms of the work ethic. Let's do this quickly. I'm not comparing Bryson to Tiger, and I think I did this in one of the videos, maybe even the U.S. Open video in which Bryson won, where we touted him. I'm not comparing them. That's ridiculous. Stop. What I will say, and what I've said on my podcast in the recent months, is there is no player with a work ethic that compares to peak Tiger's outside of Bryson. Like, Bryson's work ethic is the closest thing to anything that we saw from Tiger's greatness and his non-stop days. And you remember watching golf, and you could look on it, a profile, maybe I'll retweet it, like the Tiger schedule, like what makes, knock my mic over, what makes Tiger's day. I assume right now Bryson's days could be longer than that. So in that respect, they might be equal in terms of the like pure dedication and work ethic. That's it though. They're not equal anywhere else. I'm not calling Bryson Tiger. So don't leave me in comments that I said that, and don't tweet me that I said that. Yeah, I don't know. That was a final thought. I don't know. I didn't need to do that, but I guess I had to say it in the moment. And now, listen, I have fun doing these. I hope you have fun watching them. If you want me to keep them shorter, I guess let me know. But no one's actually directly complained to me yet, because they are longer than what I ever probably agreed to do. Well, not agreed. I do what I do, and when the riff ends, the riff ends. I agree to riff on outrights and riff on some props, and I don't need to put a time on it. But if I am going too long for your liking, you can tell me that in the comments too. Leave a comment, like, sub. I'm Geoff Fienberg. Keep an eye. I'm always here giving PGA content. Sub to the Odds Checker feed. NFL DFS picks of mine drop in there as well. Feel free to share this around with your friends as well. I'd always appreciate that. Have a great week, everybody. As my man Morency says, may the winners be yours. Stop video.